Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, guys, and we are here just to talk a little bit of 49ers. Shout out to Sin. She was the first person in the chat. I saw you over there, young lady. But let me get through the formalities. We're going to bring you guys a fun-filled show. It's going to be a shorty, but a goodie. I promise you that, all right? So, guys, thank you for checking us out here on the YouTube page. If this is your first time here and you enjoy the show, make sure you hit that like button. We appreciate all those little thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button as well, so that way you know when we're going live, because we're going to find you. You're going to find us in your little subscriptions box. And if you want to get the notifications, it's important you turn those on, okay? The little bell, turn those on so that way you get the alert for when we're going live, okay? Hit us up on some of our social media platforms. We have Twitter and Snapchat. Those handles are nothing but 9ERS. That is the number 9, okay? Nothing but the number 9ERS. That is Twitter and Snapchat. We have Instagram and we have Facebook. Those are nothing but Niners. They're spelled all the way out with spaces in between, no numbers anywhere, nothing but Niners, okay? Make sure you guys hit up our website. It is www.nothingbutniners.com. It's going to be your one-stop shop, maybe 1A shop for any and everything 49ers from us here at Nothing But Niners. We also have an apparel site, guys, shopnbniners.com. Again, that is shopnb, the number 9, ERS.com. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL, and I'm ready to bring in everybody else on the panel tonight. We got my man Nick here. What's going on, big dog?
Bang, bang, not a gang. What's going on, baby?
He is 49er Faithful 365 on Twitter.
All day, every day.
That's right, that's right. We're going to bring my man Tony over here. What's going on, Tony? NJ499 on Twitter. Y'all make sure y'all stop by and show him some love. How you feeling, man?
Good. Yourself? How you guys feeling?
Oh, man, I'm great, man. Long time no see. Miss having you on, man. I'm glad you're back, man. Got some time for us today. I like that. And last but certainly not least, the energy, the heartbeat, and the pulse. This is what y'all been looking for, right? That energy. My man 49ers Breezy on Twitter. What's up?
What's good, baby? Get y'all gloves, get y'all mitts ready, man. I'm ready to box you down tonight. Let's go.
It's funny because that's the second boxing reference we've had tonight, and it ain't even been 10 minutes. Right before you got on here, I'm not going to say no names, but we had a butterball reference going on here. I don't know if you want to show the cue ball or not. Come on, Tony. Let's do the big reveal on the count of 3. Come on. I'll do it with you, bro. Come on. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Huh? Oh, he left me hanging. He's not going to do it. Damn, Tony. You
got the butterball.
My man's trending over there, man. I like it. I'm telling you, man, if I didn't have this odd-shaped head, I'd probably go bald too. You know what I'm saying? But, fellas, what's going on? How's everybody feeling tonight, man, for real?
I'm good. All I know is the helium Tony got in them balloons. Them shits has been in them balloons since the Super Bowl. The 2-3 days before the Super Bowl, they not even start to deflate yet, yo. That's that helium right there. That'll probably protect anybody from the corona right there. He got the cure right in the balloons, yo. Look at them balloons, yo. They are still hanging.
Wow. I told you I paid extra for the gel inside them.
Oh, there's gel inside.
Yeah, there's like a gel mixture with the helium. It's
you know, another reason they probably started doing it is that there's a national shortage on helium. So they at one point we couldn't get it even from my job because they only use it in the nursing homes that I service for balloons. They were like, if it's not medical grade, we're not distributing it, so we're not doing it right now. So it's interesting that you got that over there, man. And I didn't know about the gel, but it probably takes up more space. So it allows it to last a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. So that's what's up, man. Good investment for you, man. You definitely got your money's worth over there. But Nick, you good over there, man? No sling, second day in a row. How's the shoulder recovery?
Stiff, but I got some movement now. I ain't gonna be out throwing the ball anytime soon, but I'm good.
All right.
Good.
All right. I like hearing that. And my man Tony, man, I know I said it before, but you've been working hard. You back at it, man. You with us for a little bit tonight, huh?
Yeah. I gotta go in tomorrow again.
Yeah. I start my own call this upcoming week, so I feel you, man. You just don't know what's coming. But guys, we got a little bit of news to talk about. Not a lot, but a little bit of news, and there's a rumor out there also. We're going to get to that, but let's start with the news, what we do know. Our offensive lineman, Daniel Brunskill, has inked his contract. Now, the big question is this his tender that he was issued, or did he sign a 1-year extension? And is there a big difference? So what are you guys' thoughts on all that?
I thought he signed his tender like a week ago or something when they announced it.
And that's what I'm saying. So we heard John Lynch talk about how he values bringing him back and things like that. And it made it seem like it was more of an extension than a tender. So I'm wondering if he signed the tender and then signed a 1-year extension. So he's here for 2. But I can't find proof on either way of that. I just looked up Spot Rack's website, and they just had it listed as the 1 year, so it's the tender thing. But I'm not quite sure what it is. What are you guys finding over there, Breezy and Nick? What do you guys think it is?
Yeah, it's unclear on my end. I mean, I'm thinking it's just the tender. That's what he signed. And what is it? How much was the tender for? Like
675 or something like that.
Yeah, almost 700,000. So I'm not sure he was extended yet. I think the tender was signed. He's going to be with the 49ers for this year, and depending on gameplay, he'll probably get extended. And depending on who they draft as well. So I don't think this was anything more but the tender.
Interesting. And my man Nick over there, he's going to jump in on this too. But I'm thinking back to the extension that we gave, because I try to read between the lines. We let go of Mike Person, and then you hear about the tender for Brunskill. We know that they play the same position, or they can't play the same position. And so I'm like, all right, this is their plan for the starting guard at the moment, right? They haven't drafted anybody yet. They didn't trade for anybody, and they didn't sign any free agents. So I'm feeling like, all right, he's the guy. The extension, if it was that, wouldn't make sense. So you got him locked down for 2 years. But then the gears started turning in my head, and I remembered something. We did something very similar with our former center right before they traded him to Miami. So
Kilgore?
Yeah, Daniel Kilgore. That's right. We extended Daniel Kilgore. They were talking about the chemistry between him and Jimmy Garoppolo, and that was Jimmy's guy. And then, poof, he was just gone. They traded him to the Dolphins. So I'm wondering, Nick, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that this is someone that they plan on having around, or is this just some security and maybe he put out enough good tape where maybe there's some value in him and they're going to trade him for a late round draft pick?
I think if it was a 1 year contract, it'd be a little bit different. It would be like that whole sign and trade type of deal. But it is just an exclusive rights. He was an exclusive rights free agent, and it was just a tender. So therefore, I think that he'll be here for that year under that tender rule. Obviously, I don't know what value they put on him. I think he came out in the first ones with the third round, I believe. But he's 26 years old. He's been with us since March 12th of 2019 is when we brought him over. And he appeared let's see, he saw action on 476 offensive snaps and 45 special teams. So I think this is just a tender signing and hoping to keep him here for the year, and then obviously work out something once we have more money going forward. I don't think this is the same as the Daniel Kilgore thing, where we signed him to an extension and then traded him. But hey, I've seen it happen before. So, but in my eyes, it's just a tender sign. And if somebody else wants to match or sign him for that, then we have rights on him.
I mean, yeah, it's very possible. I don't quite know what it is. I just, so I'm not sure. We're going to see how it plays out. It could be a thing where maybe they tender him so they have his rights, right? And then they go out and they draft. And then if they like the guy as the camp competition, maybe then they let him go, or maybe they trade him to a team that suffered an injury at the guard position. You know what I mean? So it's good security for the future. I wish it was a little bit longer than just the 1 year, because if I'm him and I'm his agent, if it was an actual deal or extension, you would think it would be worth more than just that $700,000 for somebody that you plan on starting. You know what I mean?
I agree, but I think this is his 5th year in the league, if I'm not mistaken. 6th year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th year. So, I mean, he's pretty much been going through the same ropes all his career. So, I mean, until he I think this is the year where he proves that he's worthy of being a starter. And I think if he goes ahead and plays out all 16, 17 games, or however many games they're playing this season, and he goes on and plays these games, he will earn that extension. I think these are the type of contracts that the guys are getting right now. We have to spend our money elsewhere. We still got a lot of money locked up in our left tackle. We're going to have to look up money in the right tackle coming up soon. So it's just like, we're getting guys that we know can play in this offense on this offensive line, and we're lucky to get them at tenders, and we're lucky to get their performance to be what it is. So I think for a guy like Brunskill, yeah, he's probably serviced as the third best offensive lineman that we have, right? You figure, Joe Staley, who many say he might be on a decline. This might be his last season, is still the best. Brunskill, he might even be better than Mike McClinchy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But he wasn't drafted to the Niners. He was drafted to the Falcons. This is a Kyle Shanahan guy, and they're getting him on the tender. If my words are correct, they're getting him on the tender for this particular year. He goes out and balls out. I can see an extension happening, just like they extend other guys that they know that fits this offense.
Yeah, that's probably what's going on here. So there is a slight rumor. Nick brought it to our attention right before the show starts. So hopefully he pulls that image up again, and we're going to talk about that now and see the pulse of our panel here, and then we're going to put up a couple of comments to see how people feel about it. But Nick, if you pull that image up that you showed us, it appears, now I know this happens a lot, but there was an image going around, Nick Bosa on the cover of the 2021 Madden.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's bullshit.
I don't know, man. Nick, you got that image? I'm gonna make Nick the full screen real quick.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up again. Give me 1 second.
I want to know how you guys feel about it. Now. Breezy's obviously against it already. Nah, that's bullshit. But I mean, Nick Bosa came in and he set the league on fire. And when you're a hot rookie and your team makes it to the Super Bowl, you perform well throughout the playoffs, you're gonna get some looks, you're gonna get some nods, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, maybe that's the guy." Now we see it a lot. I've seen.
Oh, I wasn't saying it was BS because of his work play. I was just saying it's BS because I don't know if it's real. You know what I mean? You're gonna see a bunch of guys. Guys got Photoshop, so you're gonna see a bunch of guys. If Nick Bosa gets the cover of Madden, kudos to him. But we're gonna see this happen for players on all teams.
I mean, are y'all against it? Do y'all believe in the Madden curse? I guess that's where we should start. Tony, what are your thoughts on the Madden cover and the curse and so forth? I mean, what are your thoughts on it, Big Dog?
Well, the Madden curse didn't work last year because Mahomes was on it and he won the Super Bowl.
Well, he got hurt.
He still won the Super Bowl.
The curse was getting hurt. That's the curse. It's not about you winning the Super Bowl or not.
I'm aware of that, but obviously he didn't get hurt that much to keep him out from winning the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying he got hurt. So, like, it happens. I think Brady did the same thing. He got hurt the year he was on it and won the Super Bowl. So, it's just a curse of being hurt. I think it's a curse. I don't think it's going to affect Bosa in any kind of way.
Interesting. But, so now Tony's saying, the curse has been broken. Breezy saying, well, it's still a curse because it's still an injury. Nick, the question I'm going to pose to you is this. It seems like the curse is an injury. Are you willing to sacrifice Nick Bosa for a couple of games? That means the Niners can win the Super Bowl. And then whenever you're ready, pop that image up there, and I'll make you full.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find it.
You can't find it. Oh, this dude, man, damn.
No, I didn't know you were gonna ask me to pull that up. So
that's the only rumor that I can think of that we have pertaining to the Niners.
I would have saved it. I'm trying to find it again, and I can't find it.
While you're looking for it, let me know. Is it worth the sacrifice, man? Nick Bosa. Let's say Nick Bosa misses 4 games. Now I don't have any wood over here that I can knock on in front of people. So I want to know if it's worth it. Are you willing to sacrifice Nick Bosa for 4 games if that means the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl?
I don't. It kind of depends. I mean, 4 games. I think if we lose that type of caliber player, that makes a huge difference of getting to a Super Bowl. So I don't. Man,
they didn't have a bye week. We don't have to get a bye. So I mean,
it's a 17-game season now too.
No, that's not this year.
Yeah,
right? It's still just 16 this year.
No, it's 17 this year.
No way. Is it they implemented the new 4? I heard that they were talking about doing it in 2021. I didn't know they were doing it this season.
No, it's this year. It's this year. So I mean, that's a big. I'm not. Man,
but more games means that you got some wiggle room. You got a little bit more wiggle room then.
Yeah, I mean, look, I you know what? I'm gonna refrain from answering this because I'm not putting a jinx on them.
Nah,
man. Sucker.
Come on, bro. You gotta answer the question. You know what? That's cool.
No, because I'm not sacrificing somebody for
a Super Bowl.
I'm not gonna sacrifice one guy because I mean, obviously, it's a team sport, so. I take the Super Bowl win. There, you got it out of me.
That's what I'm talking about. Get me the Super Bowl. Hey, if you got to sit out a couple of games, as long as it's not career ending, you take that injury.
Well, and that's what I was thinking. That's why when I went to, I was like, wait, it depends on how bad the injury is. But I know I was like, oh, you said 4 games.
Yeah.
So
let's see what people are saying in the chat here. Let's get a couple of comments up here while Nick is still pulling for that.
I have no idea where the hell that shit went.
I don't even know where you.
Here it is. I got it.
He's got it. All right, so I'm going to make Nick the full screen here. So
Yeah,
you guys can see that image there. All those bright ass lights. Put it closer to the camera, bro.
Well, it's gonna fade out because of the green screen.
No, it's not fading out.
Look at that.
Oh, now it is. But here's the thing. If Nick Bosa does make Madden cover 21, I know he better be a 99 EA Sports. Don't be bringing that bull crap, yo. He better be a 99 overall rating, and the 49ers overall rating better be a 97. I know that's right. Let's get this right. Tired of playing with 81 49ers and got to upgrade my team.
Right? It's crazy the disrespect that we was getting on that.
Oh my gosh, it was ridiculous show.
I haven't turned it on in a while, so I don't know if they adjusted the ratings. I think the last time I played was probably around mid-season, and the team still felt a little disrespected to me because we were 8-0, and I'm like, how are we still not like
they wouldn't give us boosts, Mike. They were not trying to give us boost. Matter of fact, the boost did happen, but it was like week 11 or week it was later. I was like, oh, they did us dirty, man.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. I agree.
They do us dirty. I tell you what, I'll go buy. What's the 2K joint? The 2K supposed to be releasing the football game this year too. I'll grab 2K21 real quick. NFL.
Yeah, man. So we'll see what's happening, man. I'm not quite sure, bro. All I know is, like Tony said, they put Mahomes on there. He did get injured, but they won the chip, man. And I want the chip. We suffer so many injuries, man. And it's just,
I saw somebody put in a comment over here and said the curse was in full effect, though, for the first 3 quarters for Patrick Mahomes.
They won it, though. They got,
yeah.
I mean, they won it.
Yeah,
they got there.
It ain't nothing I can say to come back on that one, yo. We lost.
So yeah, I'm seeing this message in the group a lot. So it's the extra playoff game this year and 17 games next year. I don't know either way, but I thought that the 17 games wasn't going to be for another year or 2. So other people are saying 2021. Some people said no, it was this year. Some people.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I thought it was this year.
We got people saying it's 16. We got people saying it's 17 this year. I'm not sure, and it's crazy. We were talking. Was it 2 nights ago, fellas, when we were on? And
it says the earliest the NFL can add the 17th regular season game is 2021. The latest is 2023. It seems most likely landing spot will be 2022.
Okay, so the extra games won't come until 2022, more than likely. All right, cool, whatever.
Yeah,
either way, it's going to happen.
It says because new broadcast contracts could potentially be by then.
All right. So that's cool then.
So my bad. I'll eat crow on that.
No, but it's just, we weren't sure. I know that some of the stuff from the new CBA is implemented this year, some of it isn't. So guys, man, we did a long show the other night. We were just shooting the shit and we were talking. There's not a lot of 49ers news, but I miss talking to you guys. So we were like, let's throw a show together and let's just talk some stuff. And I want to tell you guys, this isn't going to be a draft show, but I did a mock draft today and I turned it off 3 times. I got 2-hour pick and I turned it off 3 times. Anybody want to guess why I turned it off?
Because you got scared.
Because Judy and Ruggs were both available.
I didn't even finish it.
You said you did it 3 times?
I started it over 3 times when it got to our pick, and I'm asking if you know why. Now Breezy said I got scared. Tony said because Judy and Ruggs were unavailable.
We're both available at the same time.
Oh, they were both available.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that they weren't available.
Bro, they had 3 wide receivers gone by the 13th pick. That's not happening. That's not happening.
I'm telling you, man. I don't think it's as count. We were going over this with Dre the other night. Let's talk about this, like a little bit. Like, let's talk about this. Like, who can potentially take a receiver before us? Right? And the Jets can definitely take one. People will say, no, they need offensive line or defense. They just lost Robbie Anderson. They're going to need to replace him. That's one team right there. The Giants. Moving forward with Danny Dimes and the new era of him can get him a weapon.
The Giants got weapons, bro. They need an offensive line. So you could throw the Giants out of there. They definitely got to draft the offensive line. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be it anyway. They're going to probably get a linebacker. They got Slayton. They got Shepard. They still got guys, and they got a running back. They got and a tight end. They pretty much got weapons. They need to protect their quarterback. So I think we could cancel the Giants out.
All right, here, I'm going to pull up the list here. We'll go over it. NFL draft order.
I just did one right now, and Judy's available.
Yeah, I did mine earlier. I did 3 earlier, and Judy was available in all 3.
Was Ruggs available? Oh, that's the other thing too.
Ruggs was available.
He was the first guy off in all 3 of them.
Ruggs was available the second time I did it. It depends. So I did 3, and I did 3 trades, and I didn't release my 3rd trade, but I'll do the 3rd one on the show tonight. So I'll tell you my 3rd one after we finish talking about this list, who I was able to trade with and for what.
It's so crazy to me, man.
All right, so here's the list. So the Bengals, obviously, they're not going to go receiver. Redskins?
Nope.
Lions?
Possibly.
Okay, so that's a possible. So, all right. So,
but why? Let's think about the Lions. They got Galladay, and they got the other guy.
They don't have Tate anymore, do they?
No, but they got Galladay. Oh, the Giants got Tate.
Yeah, the Giants have Tate.
They got Galladay, and they got another dude. The Lions aren't drafting a receiver. Cross them off. Next.
Breezy's so confident, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't understand why you think that though.
Because they got 3 receivers. Why would they draft another one?
Galladay is not a.
The dude was killing this year.
Marvin Jones. That's the
Marvin Jones, right? They were killing. The issue
Marvin Jones Jr.
The issue was Stafford kept getting beat up. So what do you think they need, Nick?
Offensive line.
Yeah, Stafford didn't even finish the year. Right.
All right. So okay. So let's see. All right. So we'll give them something else.
While we're doing this game, one of you two, I know Breezy and Tony have done some mock drafts. If you guys have your draft, you can still see what other teams took, right?
Yeah.
No, I only did save the 49er picks that I did.
Can you see? Do you have yours pulled up over there, Tony? Can you see?
Not my old one I did today, but I just did one now, and it's up to my pick.
I could do.
The Bengals took Burrow. The Skins took Chase Young. The Lions took Derek Brown. The Giants took Isaiah Simmons. The Dolphins. Dolphins.
So don't go with the Dolphins yet. Let's go in order.
Yeah. Let's see.
We're at the Dolphins now. Go ahead, Nick. So we're at the Dolphins, right?
Yeah. So that's 5.
The Dolphins.
Who do they have as receivers?
Anybody. They could take anybody. Though.
See, they could take a receiver. You know why? You know why they could take a receiver?
Young quarterback. You want to give them somebody to?
And they got 3 first-round picks.
Okay,
they would be stupid. They would be stupid to take a receiver with their first pick, knowing they need a quarterback, right?
Right. So you get the quarterback first, is what I think.
Yeah, but why? How do you know they need a new quarterback? Because they have a new coach in place there.
Who's their quarterback?
All I have is Fitzpatrick and the kid from
Arizona,
UCLA.
I thought they were.
They got Josh.
I think they're gonna draft Tua. Who did they pick, Tony?
Tua.
I'm telling you, bro. They need a future, man. Rosen ain't the future. He's damaged goods, and Fitzpatrick is a bridge.
All right. I mean, what if?
And they still got Devontae Parker, right? That's his name. Did I say his name right? Yep, they got him. I think they got somebody else. They're gonna go running back in this draft probably, and they're gonna get a receiver and with their 3rd pick at some point. But I think they're gonna go quarterback first.
Yeah, I think that if you are not sold on Rosen or Fitzpatrick as your bridge guys, then you definitely go with a quarterback. But my thing is, Fitzpatrick is a serviceable bridge.
Hell yeah.
A lot of people still think Rosen has some potential, and he's just been, in bad systems. With a new coach, you don't know how that coach is going to feel. And here's the interesting thing. They can't get their hands on these guys right now. So he's just basing this all off of film, and the film is going to say we need a quarterback, I think. So I talked myself into deciding with you here, Breezy.
There you go.
All right. So next up is the Chargers.
Quarterback.
Nah, there's no way 4 quarterbacks are going that early, right?
Quarterback, bro. They're gonna use Tyrod Taylor as they bridge, and they're gonna draft a quarterback. So that's 3 quarterbacks back to back to back.
Herbert.
I got Herbert. Who did they pick, Nick? I mean, Tony.
Herbert.
I'm on it, baby. I can do this for a living, B.
Nah, because it don't play out like this in real life.
I'm telling you, it's gonna go down. We got to do an NBN draft simulator, yo. We got to find a way to create one, and we're gonna get it out there for the people so that they can sign up, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna go quarterback.
They need help on both lines. They need secondary.
What line? They don't need help on no D line, do they? They stacked.
All right.
I don't know. I could be wrong. They got Melvin Ingram. They still got Melvin Ingram on one side. They got Joey Bosa on the other side, and I think their middle is still straight. They got the best. They got the best secondary in football. I'm sorry, bro. Look up their secondary, bro. And they just signed somebody. Trade in free agency. Their secondary is lethal.
So you think they go in quarter? Okay, all right. I'm not gonna fight it.
They got weapons, right? Did Melvin Gordon get signed yet, y'all?
No.
Dang.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, where?
Oh yeah, he went to.
How did I miss this?
He stayed there. He stayed at the Chargers, didn't he?
Hey.
Denver.
Oh, he went to Denver.
Oh, that's right. Him and Eckler. That's right.
Yeah.
So they might. Oh, wait.
They're not taking a running back that high. Nope.
They can't.
Nobody's taking a running back in the top 10. It's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening. They just got Chris Harris. Thanks, Dre. They just got Chris Harris. That's right.
As much as I like Taylor, they're not doing it. They're not running back that high.
Woo!
All right. So this next team is interesting, and that's the Panthers. They're next up in the pecking order.
Oh my gosh, this is so tough.
Because the Panthers, they traded Cam is out.
I think they like Kyle Allen.
They don't
have Kyle Allen.
Oh no, they traded him.
Traded him to the Redskins.
They traded him to the Redskins. Who is their quarterback?
That's
Teddy Bridgewater.
That's right. That's their quarterback. I forgot. That's what they picked.
You don't think they're bringing in competition for Teddy?
Nah,
not in the first round.
Not after what they paid him. Hell no.
He got $60 million, right?
That's enough. He started 4 games.
Time out. It was a 3-year deal for him, right?
They got 3 years to get the shit together.
Okay, but 3 years, $60 million is not franchise quarterback money.
It doesn't have to be franchise quarterback money, right, Mike? But doesn't it need to be, hey, Teddy, I'm giving you 3 years to get ready with the 1-2 checker. You better get this junk right. I'm going to build you a team. I'm going to get you. What you know about that, Nick? I'm going to build you team. What you know what they need to do? Tony, who took Isaiah Simmons?
Giants.
Whoa, that's right. They need to figure out how to secure that defense. They need to build that defense up because they got pieces on the offense. And then they traded. They signed a free agent for a wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken.
You know what? I'm gonna phone a friend.
Robbie Anderson.
Hold on.
You gonna call Duck?
Yep, I'm calling Duck. You guys have seen him on the show when we did the behind enemy lines. I'm gonna call him. Hopefully he don't say anything vulgar. I'm gonna call Duck right now. Hold on. We're gonna see what he thinks his team's biggest need is. He was not happy that they got rid of Yo. All right, I'm on the live show, and we're not doing a mock draft, but we're trying to figure out what's going to be available for the Niners. We're down to the Panthers. What is your team's biggest need that they need to address in the first round?
Linebacker.
Corner.
I'm still waiting to see if they're gonna. It's gonna be defense. I'm still waiting to see if they're gonna sign a cornerback or not. But I think it'll be Akuda if he's still there. And if not, it'll either be Isaiah Simmons or Derek Brown, and I would say in that order because we just signed the dude from the Cardinals, so D tackle.
Okay. All right. Hey, man, I appreciate your help, man. I hit you up later, all right? All right. There you have it. Panthers going
defense.
They go in defense. Regardless of what the position is, I don't care. They go in defense. Let's keep defense. What's the next team on the docket, Nick?
I like this, guys.
The next team on the docket would be the Cardinals.
You know what's crazy? That they're in our division, and I have no idea where they're going. Tony, I want to get your thoughts on what you think the Cardinals' needs are. They love their quarterback. They have excellent weapons at wide receiver. Excellent weapons at wide receiver. So I can't see them going there. They have
Well, if they love their quarterback as much as you say they do, they better get an offensive line to protect them.
Boom.
Nick, what do you think they need? What do you think their biggest need is, Nick?
I think their biggest need is offensive line.
Who are their linebackers?
I think it's guard. I think they need a guard.
Their most productive linebacker just signed with the 49ers.
I think they're gonna give Reddick another chance, bro. I think this is Reddick's redemption. He
beat Reddick out.
I hear you, but I think
it's the same coaching staff.
I think this is Reddick's time to redeem.
Yeah, but is there really a linebacker in this draft that's, worthy of that high of a pick other than Isaiah Simmons?
We're not looking at him, so I don't know. I have not been paying attention to linebackers at all.
To answer your question, Nick, no. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There are some tackling machines out there still, though. So there are some guys that are come in and tackle, but they're gonna every linebacker in our division better know how to cover. So they're gonna need to find someone with those set of skills.
Let's take a timeout here. Who's the biggest threat to the Cardinals right now? Making the postseason?
Out of our division, it's the 49ers.
It's us, right?
Yeah.
So what do they need to defend against the 49ers? We think about this for a second, okay?
I think that they're going to
our offense. You have to shut down the middle of the field, or get to the quarterback,
or they focus on putting up points, trying to put up points.
Just get into a shootout with us. That is a dangerous freaking game.
It's a dangerous game, but didn't it seem like that's where they were headed last year? Like, think about it. Like, their defense, they're still good on the back end, right? They're still good in the secondary, decent enough. Right? Their linebackers seem to struggle, so you would say that might be a need. But if there isn't a linebacker good enough with that first pick, you're not wasting, unless Isaiah Simmons is there. You're not wasting your first pick on a linebacker you could get in the third or fourth round.
Yeah, their linebackers right now are Chandler Jones. I forgot about Kennard.
They run a 3-4, Nick,
and Hassan Reddick, and Jordan Hicks is there also.
Right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Reddick. Everyone's going to mention Reddick. He lost his job to the guy that the Niners just signed. That I can't emphasize that enough. I don't think they're sold on Reddick. I get it. I hear y'all. I don't know if there's a guy worthy of taking this high. I'm just saying they're obviously not.
They're gonna have to ask themselves: is there a guy in this draft better than what we have? And if they feel that there's a guy in the draft better than what they have, they might draft. They will find a replacement, but it won't be that high.
Look at Chan dropping some knowledge here.
And where does Deion Buchanan play? What positions he play?
Safety, linebacker. He's the
tweener.
He's the Kwasi Tart of their defense.
So they might trade this pick, huh?
I mean, if they are in their war room sounding like us right now, Tony is locked in on offensive linemen. Now I don't know if he's saying that because of his draft information he's got over there, but I don't know, bro.
I think the offensive lineman sounds like the position that they should draft if they're trying to protect their franchise quarterback. But if they, go ahead, Nick.
No, I was just gonna say okay, even if they need linebacker, right? You're not drafting a linebacker at that position if Isaiah Simmons is gone.
That's what I was saying, bro.
That would be stupid because you can get another good linebacker later in the draft. Isaiah Simmons is worth the 7th overall pick. But there's not another single linebacker in this draft that's worth the 7th overall pick. In my eyes, I don't.
I've been watching linebackers.
Isaiah Simmons is definitely, if he makes it to Carolina, he's probably definitely going to go there because Luke Kuechly's gone.
That's. But I don't think he makes it there, Nick. That's my point. I don't think he makes it past there because if the Giants, it's weird that the Giants took Isaiah Simmons, but they don't have a middle linebacker.
I feel like
they have David Mayo. They just signed him to a 3-year extension. The guy that we had.
Yeah, but they don't have a middle linebacker.
He's doing something right to get a 3-year extension.
I think it's for depth.
And that's coming from
what was the extension?
Tied to the Giants.
And what's the extension? Was it high?
3 years, $20 million, I think maybe.
Yeah, he probably gonna make 9 of that, 11 of that.
All right. What about Kenneth Murray?
What about him?
Not a 7th overall pick.
Yeah, we're talking about this high up in the draft.
I get it, but okay, all right.
This is why that trade might come in, and I'm mad we still stuck on Arizona. But this is why
this is our first division opponent. You know,
I got you.
The way to the postseason and the playoffs and the Super Bowl is by winning your division. You have to win those games. Those 6 games are the most important. Right?
Exactly.
And we're the team. I asked you guys, how do you stop us? And I said, you got to protect the middle of the field. It's a linebacker that's going to help them do that, right? The reason the Niners are so successful against some of these teams is because we have a lot of speed at the linebacker position. I'm not saying that they're going to go linebacker. I'm just saying Kenneth Murray is a very versatile guy, and he's projected as a first-round draft pick. So I'm just putting that out there. So we don't know. We're at a stalemate here. Tony, what do they take?
The tackle from Iowa, Wirfs.
Number 1 tackle in the draft.
And look who was on it. What's up, Crystal? Let's go.
Yeah, Crystal.
Go.
I'll tell you, we got to be related, man. She rocking that last name Brown, bro.
Your cousin?
That's all good, Brown.
Peter on the show, you gotta say, what's up, cuz? I like that.
What's up, cuz?
Yeah, I like that.
I just said all good, Brown, from because remember when I put Buddy to Steve Mullen and it came out as Brown? All good, Brown.
All right, where we at next, Nick?
We are at Jacksonville Jaguars.
I think they go cornerback. They go defense in this draft. This is where did Okuda get drafted yet?
No.
Yep, Carolina.
Okuda went to Carolina.
That makes sense. And that's
exactly
what my cousin said. He
cornerback.
What we're talking about. He just said if Okuda's there, he's going to be the pick. So
now, either way, they went defense. I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars go defense as well.
Really?
They just lost their cornerbacks. They're all gone.
All right, so let's play this.
So the Giants took Simmons?
The Giants took Simmons.
Yep.
What's up with Nick Foles?
Nick Foles is a what team did he go to? He's not a Jack. He's a
Bear.
Bear.
He's not Bear. He's not a Jaguar anymore, right?
Correct.
Who's their quarterback?
Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
All right, I'm gonna ask this a different way. Who's the Jaguars quarterback this season?
Gardner Minshew.
No, you ain't hearing me. They don't believe in him. You think they believe in Minshew?
Yo, he won them some games last year.
He won like 2 or 3 games. He was just exciting to watch because he wouldn't give up on. All right, you know what? That's fine. It's possible. I don't care enough about them. Maybe they are set in the quarterback position.
I get where you're going with this.
I mean, maybe they're set in the quarterback position.
I get where you're going with this.
Who are their wide receivers? Now they got some weapons.
Didn't they get somebody in this in free agency? Or they still got?
All right, I'll pull up their roster. I'll do it. Give me a second. Jaguars roster. Bang.
I thought they got a wide receiver in free agency, but I could be wrong. But I know they lost their DBs.
You tired, bro? You tapping out already?
Yeah. Yeah, DVLZ's son has a good point.
Click it.
Mike, they stuck with Bortles for how many years?
All right, that's fair. Did they change coaching staffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
what's the name is out too. Coughlin is out.
They could be in the quarterback. All right, I'm gonna chill. Their roster as it is right now. Let me see if I can order this by position. So their quarterbacks are Minshew. What the freak? I'm sorry, my page.
I know their receivers are
Minshew
Shark
and Dobbs, Joshua Dobbs. Those are their only 2 quarterbacks right now, and that's if Dobbs stayed.
And who are their receivers? I know they got
their wide receivers
Shark, Marquise Lee.
They got Shark, Cole, Conley, Terry Godwin, Marquise Lee, Sharon Peake, Michael Walker, and D.D. Westbrook.
Terry Godwin is the one they just brought over, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think he was there.
This is one of those. I think they go defensive line, bro.
I think they go wide receiver.
They lost freaking to free agency, right? Or did they trade him? No, they traded him. They traded Calais Campbell.
I think they go wide receiver, bro.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. They could even go quarterback, Mike. Now that I think about it,
What you think, Nick?
I'm looking up because somebody said that they think they have two picks in the first round.
Oh, I had the draft order pulled
They
up.
do. They have pick 9 and pick 20.
They could go quarterback. They could go wide receiver here. Because
And
look,
then go quarterback their next pick.
right.
I'm telling you, they need a DB and they need defensive line too.
They
The
do.
mock draft for them right now has Andrew Thomas going there, offensive tackle from Georgia with pick 9.
So if they now hear me out, I want to know what Tony's draft says because I thought he was doing a mock. But hear me out. If they do go tackle, Mike, guess what that means?
That means that all 3 wide receivers gonna be there for it.
That's not what that means. That means that they are in on Minshew, bro.
Man, get the all right. Yeah, all right. I see what you're saying. I see, okay. You went a roundabout way because the Raiders are the only other team that I could see possibly. All right, never mind. I'm jumping ahead.
Tony, who did they draft?
What position?
Kinlaw,
I don't care who. What was the position?
defensive tackle.
They
Kinlaw.
drafted Kinlaw, bro. From
How
South
many wide receivers
Carolina.
have come off the board so far, Tony?
None.
None.
What site are
And this
you
is
using?
why
I did this on the draft network, the one where it's paid and you can trade.
that's the one I'm using. And every time I've done it, Judy's been available.
How many wide receivers have come off the board so far?
0, bro.
So why didn't this shit work for me, bro? 3 times in a row? Is it my IP address?
It's your IP, bro. Don't block it. Don't block it.
You're like, nope, conspiracy theorists over here.
It's got to be my IP address. I've been talking about wide receivers so much in my house. You know, everything is listening. They got cookies saved. They know I like wide receivers. They were like, nope.
Yo, let me tell you how scary that everything is listening thing that's real right now. Yo, I didn't even say anything. Check this out, yo. This is some scary Twilight Zone stuff, and I'm not gonna curse. I set up my green screen. Okay, I set it up. I didn't talk to the shit. I just set it up, right?
If you did talk to the green screen, I'd be worried about you. But go ahead.
But here's the thing: when I pulled up my Facebook, like Amazon green screen ads started popping up. I said, "What the fuck is going on? Like, how's this possible? Like, what?
Right?
Like, what did they do? What is this? I didn't even say it. I didn't even say I'm gonna set up my green screen. I just did it, and when I put it up, I just was getting ads. Bam, 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 bam. I was like, okay, this is some scary stuff, yo. Yeah. All right, carry on.
How they get down? And the answer, Mr. Ship here. No, I don't have Alexa. I thought about getting Alexa, but my pop has it, and when I go over there, my kids are talking to Alexa and playing music all day long. I would shoot Alexa if she was in my house. So no, I don't have Alexa. We don't do that here because we're a loud family. I'm not going to put all my personal business out here, but I've heard about Alexa calling the cops while some other events are happening because they think somebody's being attacked. They're not being attacked. They actually getting along really well.
That's why you just gotta get Siri.
I'm not.
Did you tell your wife you were setting up the green screen?
No, dude, I didn't. No, I didn't
never said anything out loud.
I never mentioned it in my head. I said, and I promise you, if I go through stuff on Facebook,
I believe you, bro. I believe you.
The green screen package pops up. Like I purchased this like 4 years ago. Like, why are you showing me stuff? Yo, it's scary, bro. It's scary.
So who's next up on the docket, man? We got Jaguars. They went offensive tackle, he said, right? Or defensive tackle. What'd you say?
Defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle. I apologize. So go ahead.
The Browns.
The 10th pick.
Now they have a really good roster, but they have a new coach in there. They got rid of Kitchens, right? So they have an entirely new staff. I don't know if their staff has been filled all the way out, but they could be going anywhere except quarterback. I think they've invested too much at the quarterback position. I'm saying that knowing that the Browns will go quarterback every other year, but I feel like they've invested too much in the quarterback position. They've got good pass rushers. They got good defensive linemen. They've got good corners. They have a good linebacker. Their offensive line has been a little so they might do offensive line.
That's exactly what they need, Mike.
Yeah. So I'm going to side with offensive line. Nick, what do you think they need?
What they need or what they're going to draft? Because they don't ever draft what they need.
So
but they got new people in there though now. You know what
position you think they're taking? And that's the hard part because you don't know how these new guys are thinking about the team. It's a whole new.
You don't know if these guys are sold on chubby Bakerfield. Baker Mayfield. So That's just a Browns thing to do.
They better not draft a quarterback, Nick. I swear to God, if they draft
Yo,
a quarterback,
I don't think they draft. I don't know. Are they that stupid?
I mean, it's the Browns.
It's the Browns. So
no relation to Wayne
wait.
Brown
They
or
changed it
Crystal
to GM?
Brown.
Did they change it to GM this year?
Yes.
no, not their G. They did.
Yes, they
GM?
did. Dorsey's not in there no more. That's why I said he's different. Dorsey's not there. That's why
they got rid of Dorsey. They could be looking at a quarterback. It's crazy. I don't think they're going to do it, but I think they could be looking at a quarterback with a new GM.
They got rid of Dorsey and the coach. It's all new. Right. It's a whole new regime.
That's what I'm saying. They could very well be like, this isn't the guy of the future.
Defensive coordinator too is all new.
Didn't they get the guy from San Francisco?
Yeah, they got that guy named Joe Woods.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play it safe here, and I'm gonna say they go O-line.
Tony?
That's what it is. Becton.
There they go.
All right, we're getting close, fellas.
It wouldn't hurt me. I'd laugh though.
Jets.
Somebody other than Baker Mayfield.
The Jets are just as bad as the Browns. Let's go. Here we go.
Still no wide receivers off the board. This is crazy.
It's going to be 3 wide receivers back to back to back. Here we go. I got the Jets going with Lamb. I got Lamb going to the Jets.
So you want, but now, all right. Now I'm gonna stop you there because you said, I think it was you, or was it Nick? They got rid of Anderson.
I got Lamb going to the Jets.
Anderson's their burner, so why not take Ruggs, who had the faster time of the 3 guys?
I got Lamb going to the Jets.
Where's your logic? Never mind. Don't even explain it. Nick, what you got? You got them taking wide receiver?
Yeah, I got them taking receiver too. I had a couple other people taking receivers too, but was talked out of that. But yeah, I think they're gonna go Ruggs.
You know what? Because I heard Tony drop a clue here. Tony said that Jude and another wide receiver was available, which means only one came off. I'm going to say it came off here. I'm going to say they took a wide receiver, even though I think they should go offensive lineman. I'm going to be clear here in my stance. I think they should be taking offensive lineman to protect that guy because he has been working hard and they're not helping him out at all. I think they should go offensive lineman. I don't know what they're going to do, but that's my thing. That's my thought. But I think for this exercise, based off of what we've seen and the lack of wide receivers taken, I think one comes off here because Tony said that 2 of the guys were available. So,
and you asked me about my logic. My logic is they signed Brett Perriman, and he will be their burner.
Oh, Brashard Perriman, yeah.
So with him being their burner, this is why I'm picking.
He don't have hands as good as Anderson.
He's a burner. You said burn. You just said
but burner. Anderson's a burner, and he's got better hands than Perriman. I don't understand that, man. But all right, I feel you though. That's good logic. That you're right. That was their counter to losing him. So you're right. Tony, what you got, man? Who was it? A position?
Wide receiver.
Did they take Ruggs?
No.
Who did they take?
Lamb.
I am the motherfucking man.
Shut up.
Not tell. Yo, you shut up. I told you it was gonna go Lamb. I said it. I said it. I'm telling you, man. He looks like a Jet. He damn near look like Robbie Anderson, and it only makes sense.
Yo, he really does look like Robbie Anderson, though.
Nick, you're not allowed to say that. Nick, you're not allowed to say
No, I'm saying like the way he had his hair that one time, like
I'm telling you, yo.
I can't do that, y'all.
I can see him
over there.
Listen, guys. Here's the thing, yo. The Jets need a mother freaking playmaker, man. That's what CeeDee Lamb is. He's a playmaker. He's a go up. I'm gonna get the ball, take the ball. I'll grab the ball. I'll make an acrobatic catch, a freak catch, or whatever type of catch. Just get it to my vicinity. Quarterback. And when you got a young quarterback, you need someone that might not run the best routes, that might not run whatever, that's not going to put you need somebody that's going to go up and make plays for you. They're going to go ahead and draft CeeDee Lamb. I believe that's why that's the pick for them.
All right. Now, Tony, it's interesting. You did this mock draft right now and you didn't trade up. So you're okay with letting the board fall to you as a 49ers GM?
Well, I didn't do the pay thing to do the trade up.
Oh, okay.
Give me the option.
I got you. I'll get at you after the show. Breezy and Nick, are y'all cool with letting the board fall to the 49ers at 13?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
I am.
2 first-round picks is a lot of ammo, bro.
I traded the 31st pick.
Okay. So
if anything, I'm not trading up, I'd trade down.
Okay. All right.
Because you're not getting any compensation trading up. You're giving compensation away. So
So that means
If anything, I'm trading down.
So
that
I
means
went.
the
I
Raiders
went.
are on the board, right?
That means the Raiders are on the board, and
Now
I think
they got rid of Derek Carr, or they want to get rid of Derek Carr, but they're saying it's an open competition.
Yeah.
They picked up Marcus Mariota. You
Yep.
can take quarterback off the board.
Yep.
Either one of those guys, they like those guys, right? They had a solid offensive line. They paid a lot of money to that offensive line. They lost one guy. I can't remember who it was. They lost Penn 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
I can't remember who they replaced him with.
And they just made hella free agent moves.
They did. They brought in more defense, so they're not going to go defense because they drafted defense like crazy last year, and they drafted their running back, so they got their running back. And guess what they need? I think that they need a wide receiver, and I think that the Oakland Raiders.
Yo, she's not saying that. She's saying that because you said that.
Oh, whatever. I don't care. It's funny as hell, though.
Look, I got you. I got y'all.
I think the Oakland Raiders.
No, let me stop. I'm just playing.
You and Wayne. I'm talking about y'all.
Oh,
you guys shut up. I think the Oakland Raiders draft Henry Ruggs III out of Alabama. They get them a burner. The Oakland Raiders are going to try to. You gotta think about who's in their division. They got the Kansas City Chiefs, and they need to be able to counter with the Kansas City Chiefs.
You don't counter offense with offense, though.
Hey, man, they need to
counter offense with defense.
They do, and they built their defense, and now they're going to get a fast guy on offense that can outrun a defense.
Man, Raiders taking corner, bro. They taking corner.
I got them taking a wide receiver. I got them going.
Well, you're wrong because Tony already said 2 of the top 3 guys are available when we get there.
Yeah,
not
Ruggs,
you earlier.
Ruggs, you idiot. Ruggs, you idiot. And Judy, you idiot. They're still available. Oh my God!
He said not this one. My bad.
I think they take Judy.
I think they go Ruggs.
I think if they go wide receiver, they're going to take Judy because of who their head coach is. I think he values route running more than speed. If Al Davis was still in there, Al Davis is 1,000,000% taking Ruggs.
Okay.
1,000,000%. But I think that this is
okay, I got you.
The head coach pick. If they go wide receiver, is Judy.
It's still Javis is still the GM, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but it's his son, and Mark don't really do nothing but get bad haircuts, so I'm not gonna count that. Tony, who do they take, bro?
They took Ruggs.
What the fuck? I'm about to slap I'm on the screen and papa. Listen,
yo,
man.
Wayne is wilding right now.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, man. We got to do a draft room for real, y'all. We got to do a draft room for real, man. We got to do one for real. This is fun.
I'm ready to go.
And guess who's going to get drafted with the 13th pick of the 2020 draft? Ding, 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 ding. I can't do the music thing. Right?
So, all right, now here we go. Tony, you're faced with a conundrum here because you got the controls over there. Wayne has made it apparent he wants Judy. Nick, what you doing, bro?
I'm trading the pick.
You're trading back from 13. How far down? What's the furthest down you're willing to go?
The furthest I would go is probably 20.
I like your thinking if I'm trading down. I like your thinking if we're trading down. So I'm staying put. Who's the top corners and who are the top wide receivers? Well, Judy's the top wide receiver.
Henderson. You could get Henderson from Florida. You can get Diggins from Alabama. Trevor.
Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs. You can get Diggs from Alabama. And then there's another guy that I like, but I don't know if they're like.
If Ruggs isn't available, I'm either going corner or I'm trading down.
Okay.
Because
so you got to go Henderson.
This is me personally. Ruggs is my number 1 wide receiver for the 49ers. My number 2 wide receivers have been Higgins all along. That's my other guy. So
from Clemson.
I don't know what Tony decides to do there. Tony, you got the
Arnett. Arnett's still there too, right? Other Ohio State guy.
Yeah, but he's a 2nd round guy. But I like him.
I don't know about that.
I don't know, dude.
Don't let these draft boards fool you, bro. Don't let these draft boards fool you.
I'm just saying, I think you could get him in the 2nd round. Like if you have a 2nd round pick and you have an early enough pick, I think he'll be there. There's a couple of guys I think that'll be there. Not saying he's a 2nd round guy. I'm just saying I think he'll sneak to the 2nd round because of other teams' needs. Now, if a team likes him or if the 49ers like him, they like him, then they better go get him. But I think that they're going to go get a guy. I think this is time for Kyle Shanahan to get a goddamn pick. Like I think it's time for him to get a guy.
my opinion, me personally, Mike, I'm saying wide receiver or trade back. Nick, what's your vote?
Yeah, I mean, if the guy is there that you want,
Judy is there right now. No, I'm not asking for everybody. I'm asking Nick. Judy is there if you want wide receiver, or are you trading, or somebody else, or are you trading back? What is Nick? So we're the scouts. Mike, Breezy, and Nick, we're the scouts. Tony is the GM. He's been our resident GM for 2-3 years now. So my vote, hey, listen, Lynch. I think Higgins is a better need and a fit for what we need here right now. So if it's me, I'm trading down. Or you can take your top corner, but I don't know if this guy, Henderson, is worth it. So what do you guys think? And now Breezy is saying he's another scout. Hey, Judy is the guy, right? That's what you're saying here.
That's what I said. I've been
now,
saying
Nick,
it.
I'm gonna keep it the same way that I kept it the other night. I'm gonna try to trade down.
Okay, but stay within 5 picks. I respect.
I'm gonna stay within that 18 to 20 range. Try to trade down, get a second and a third, and possibly a 4th round pick to add in there. Our cap is fine right now. We would. We're at, I think it was, the last I saw was, I don't know, 19.2 million.
I thought I saw 16 after the other numbers went in, but I could be wrong.
Okay, yeah. So let's just say 16. So the 13th overall pick is going to cost you $3 million, right? So if you trade that down, you're looking at a little less thing. I know this isn't the fun pick as in people would want to hear, but it's also still a possibility of the Niners trading down to get more draft capital to be able to get other pieces that they need, whether it's a corner, a safety, because Tart's up next year.
Right.
Obviously not free safety because Ward is here and Tarvarius Moore is here. But you're talking offensive linemen. You're talking guards. Joe Staley's going to be, you got Justin School here, but you still need somebody to come up behind him as well.
Right. And while you're thinking, Spot Rack has us at 16.1 right now.
16.1. So if you trade down to 18, you're probably going to get the 18th pick.
And it still costs you like 2.8. So it's the same thing.
I would possibly say what you would get back in there, probably a second and a third.
To go down 5 spots, probably a second and a 4th. A third would be too rich to go down 5 spots.
What is it? Well, it depends on who you're trading with, what pick they're giving you too, right? So,
right, I see what Tony's saying. If you're going to go down into the 20s, you might.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It depends on where the team's at and where, because they may have a different 2nd round pick. So it kind of depends on where. Or a 3rd round pick, it could depend on, let's say.
But either way, we're getting another 1st and a 2nd.
You're getting a 1st and a 2nd, and then possibly either a 3rd or a 4th.
Right. So what's your choice? What are you recommending to the GM?
I'm trading because there's a lot of.
Judy.
What's that? No,
you're not taking Henderson.
Nope. You can get those guys at 20 or 31.
You're not getting Judy at 20 or 31, but you may be able to get Henderson.
You can get Henderson there. You can get T. Higgins. Like, there's a bunch of guys you can get at 20.
All right. Okay. So your overall is let's trade down from here.
Yeah, because I think there's still pieces that we need to get as well to continue building. And with this depth so deep in wide receiver, you can take your chance.
All right, Tony.
You can take your chance at the end of the 1st round.
You've heard from your advisors. You've heard from your Adam Peters and your scouts. What you doing, bro?
All right. So the way I see this is.
Wait, hold on. Before you say that, did you even consider anything we said, or you already had your mind made up?
No, I'm listening to it. You all made valid points.
Okay.
But what you got to do is you got to analyze something right now. We didn't have the 13th pick overall before we traded our top 5 player, okay, because we couldn't afford to sign him to an extension. So with that being said, you traded a top 5 player to the Colts to get the 13th overall pick in the 1st round. You have to either A, land something huge in return, B, pick blue chip players. And in my opinion, I feel Judy there's two players I have my eyes on, Judy and CJ Henderson, the corner from Florida. Now you have to ask yourself one thing. Who's going to come in right off the bat and contribute right away and where you get your returns right away? My opinion, that would be Judy.
Right. I don't think Henderson starts even if we draft him.
Correct. So
Yeah, I don't think so either. And I like Henderson.
What's favoring me going towards Judy is A, he's probably the most polished receiver in this draft. In my opinion, he's a blue chip prospect. And
what does that mean, Tony?
A blue chip prospect is like, your cream of the crop, if you want to say. Like you're top at that position. I honestly think Judy's the best receiver in this draft, hands down. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to be good, but I think CeeDee Lamb got away with a lot of competition that he faced and the wide open offense that they ran. They're not strict in their route running principles. They're very they round their routes. It's either a go route, a bubble screen. So you're talking about a complex offense that Kyle Shanahan runs and a pro-style system that Alabama runs. I see a smooth transition with Judy into this system. Even Ruggs into this system because they're both in the pro-style offense. So another thing you have to take into consideration is let's look at our wide receiver depth chart, okay? And we talked about this numerous times on this show. There's a lot more question marks than there are certainties in this. There's no locks, really. I mean, besides Debo, besides Kendrick Bourne, if he signs his tender, you need to address this. We lost Emmanuel Sanders. Jalen Hurts is still questionable with his back. Trent Taylor, 5 surgeries on his foot, still questionable. Richie James didn't produce as a wide receiver. Kendrick Bourne is still a free agent, even though he's restricted. He's not officially back with the team yet. Dante Pettis, another big question mark. So there are talented wide receivers in this draft. There's no doubt about it. You could probably get one in the bottom of round 1 and the top of round 2, probably midway, half into the second round. But when you have an opportunity to draft a Judy and not have to move up to get Judy and mortgage your future, you have to run up to the board. You have to run up to the podium with a card in your hand that says his name. That's just my opinion. Because we traded up for Pettis. They didn't want to draft the first round, a wide receiver in the first round. We've moved up for Pettis, and look at Pettis. So that's why I think Judy's the pick here because he's going to get your returns the fast. He's going to be in that system playing, getting a majority of snaps from day one, as long as he picks up this offense. But the only thing I would consider with trading is if we get a huge return. If you get a team that's 100% in love with Judy and he's sitting there and they offer you a 1 this year, a 1 next year, a 2 this year, and they just come up with this asinine package and try to blow you away, we strongly would have to consider that.
Let's be clear here because we're going to get into the draft stuff very soon. Nick and I talked about this in the last show. I believe Breezy was with us, and we had guest one. What exactly? When I say exactly, how many picks? Obviously, you're going to get another first round if they're asking you to move down, right? How many picks after that do you need to let go of Judy?
I mean, I'm talking about like franchise changing picks, like abundance of picks.
Are you talking about a future first?
What's that?
Are you talking about a future first, like a 2022?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm trying to tell you, he's that guy, man. I know cats got they eyes set on receivers and they've been watching stuff, but y'all didn't watch this cat play Michigan, bro. And Michigan had a pretty damn good defense.
Yeah, but that's one game.
And you got to think about Judy. He didn't have Tua all year. Like he had to produce with a rookie and this and that, and he still led the team in receiving. Even though Ruggs probably ran some better routes, and even though what's the other kid? That other kid is bad too. He was a sophomore. Oh my God, he's gonna be a problem. Somebody will get him next year if he comes out. I'm just saying, Judy is the guy. But who did the simulator pick?
No, there is a simulator. He picked the 49ers.
I picked Judy.
All right, so he's going with Judy. So that means that we didn't see. We got to get you that feature, bro. Like I said, I'll holler at you after the show. My thing is this: is if we trade down, is that team moving up to get Judy?
I definitely think so. 100%.
Devontae Smith.
Do you guys know who his pro comp is?
Who?
Judy?
I'm
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't-
I think they said. Hold
Oh
on,
wait, who'd they say?
I might have it in my notes. Give me a second.
because I'm going to say an unpopular name that people are going to kill me for, and I got no problem going out on a limb. Y'all know I don't mind doing that stuff, but it's a name that we've talked about this offseason because he's now in our division.
Oh, Hopkins?
Yes.
See, I thought they said that Lamb represented was his pro comp.
Now, according to NFL.com, his comp is. Hold on, it's loading.
I see Odell Beckham Jr.
Jesus Christ. It's the top 5 comp, no matter how you look at it. So
Right.
my personal one was Hopkins, but I could see OBJ in that. I can see it.
Yeah, I think.
And I'm sorry, good one.
No, I think from what I read, I thought that there was 2 guys that kind of like comped Hopkins, and that was Lamb and another dude. Last name starts with the S. I think he plays for Colorado.
Yeah, Franken or something. It's a weird name.
It's LS. Those are his initials. I believe those 2 guys are the Hopkins comps. They have traits of comp. I didn't even know Jerry Jeudy had the comps of Odell Beckham. I didn't know that. Well, with us saying that, if the 49ers been trying to sign Odell Beckham, I'm trading for Odell Beckham all this time, they better gosh darn right draft Jerry Jeudy in this draft.
And I mean, it's been multiple seasons that all we keep saying is we need a wide receiver. We need a wide receiver. We went out and traded for Emmanuel Sanders. He moved on. We didn't bring him back. Why? Because we made this trade and we're in the strike zone to get a top tier talented wide receiver. But my thing is, like, I'm a huge SEC guy. Like, SEC competition is right below NFL competition. That's just my opinion. So when he's playing in SEC competition in a pro style offense, and he is succeeding and putting up numbers and making plays, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like he is going to be probably
the most polished.
Yeah.
I
mean, listen, I'll tell you, there's guys in this draft that I think are going to be good.
Oh, heck yes.
But I just think you cannot pass up on a player like this. Like, the Falcons traded up from 30 or 29 all the way up to 4 to get Julio Jones. I understand Julio Jones is in the category of his own, but he came out similar as a Jeudy type player at from Alabama. So when you're sitting at 13 and he's staring you right in the face, you got to pull that trigger unless you get blown away with a trade.
Yeah.
Another thing that you have to keep in consideration, if we didn't have the 31st overall pick, I would think strongly they might lean towards trading to recoup some picks. But I honestly think they're going to get blown away with an offer at 31 to move out of the first round, because there are going to be some players on the bottom of that round, on the bottom of round 1, that teams are going to want to come up and get that 50-year lock on them.
Can we save that for the next show? Because I have that for you.
No, we will. We're not going to continue more after this. But I do want to say this. We have to keep in mind that this 13th pick is a new asset. I think the Niners have been preparing to trade down for months. Once we got into the playoffs, nothing changed except getting that 13th pick. You guys tell me if you think I'm crazy, but
no, you're not. You're not crazy at all.
Preparing to trade down for months, because no matter how you spun it, whether we lost in that first playoff game or we went all the way to the Super Bowl, the Niners were never picking higher than 26. Never. So I think that you're picking 26 and then not again until the 5th round?
Yes.
I think that they have mentally been preparing to not pick.
Right.
Yeah, to not pick in the first round.
That's why
I was considering canceling my trip to Vegas. Corona made it easy for me now, but I think that's the logic there, man.
Yeah, man. But like Tony and Nick said, unless that trade is a package that's going to be mind blowing.
Yeah, but you got to think about the package that we got from trading down 1 spot for when we picked Solomon Thomas.
No, I got it, but
back.
It's got to be
from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're talking on the top end of the draft. It's different. It's different.
It's not if those type of receivers are still sitting there.
Yeah, but Nick,
But-
you're talking about going from 2 to 3, not 13 to 18. 2 to 3 is premium. It's
Right, but Nick's
one
point,
slot.
though-
It's premium.
Right, but Nick's point though is this: it was only one spot. Like the points did not equal up to what we got in compensation. They overpaid based
Yes,
off of
they did because they wanted
points,
Trubisky.
right?
Because the Niners,
Right.
either-
That's Nick's point.
Right, and that's my point. Somebody's going to overpay to get a Judy.
yeah, but I don't think the return that they got from Chicago was once in a lifetime thing. I was shocked when they announced the return, but where we're at right now, I understand their team might overpay for them, but I don't think it's going to be like towards that way. Like they gave up a third. What was it? A first. We went from second
We got
to
a
third.
you,
We got
third,
their,
down.
we got their fifth, right?
we had a fifth. Two seconds, one for the year following, which we used to move up in the draft or trade or whatever. Kept our own second, a third, and I believe a fifth.
Right. So you got 3 picks out of that.
What team do you feel is that desperate
That's my point.
to trade that much for Jerry Jeudy? This better be a team that was one game away. Green Bay Packers.
Tell us the next 5 teams behind us, Nick. I know Nick had the he had the
The
draft
5 spots, right?
The
Yeah,
draft. He had
The Buccaneers,
Nope.
No.
Broncos,
Nope.
Falcons.
Nope.
Wait.
Broncos could be one.
I would say we can't just say no to the Broncos. That's very possible.
Yeah,
And
but
they're
they
at-
don't have. You have to look and see what they have. I don't even think they got a second or a third round pick.
It's not a
Definitely have a third. They have our third.
right.
Right, but
So
I don't
listen-
think they have a second round pick. Like some of these teams don't even have
But
second round picks.
We're talking about future first. Future
Oh,
second.
okay.
You know
I
what I
did.
mean? Like,
Okay.
so all that plays. Remember, I asked Tony specifically. I said, "Are we talking about future first at this point?" He said, "Yeah."
Okay.
Because you got to think about this for a second, right? If they believe that Locke is their guy, you want to get him a weapon and protection. You're going to protect the guy that you believe is the guy. And protection doesn't always mean offensive lineman. It's weapons to make him look better.
I
So
understand.
it's very possible. All right, who else we got? So you said the Buccaneers. You said
The
Broncos.
Broncos have 12 picks, 5 picks in the first 3 rounds,
Okay.
Damn.
and then they're slated to pick 3 times in the 3rd round.
And we don't have anything in the 3rd round.
Or the second
Like
round.
this is muscle right there. So that that gives us some wiggle room. But go ahead, keep going. Who else is there? So we got Bucks, we got Broncos. Who are the other 3 teams after them?
The Falcons, Cowboys, Dolphins.
I think if any team is going to be the Broncos, if it's those 5 out of those 5 teams, it's got to
And
be
then
the
you
Broncos.
got the Jaguars and Raiders at 19 and 20.
Why can't it be the Dolphins?
The Dolphins already got 3 first round picks.
Which means they're going to be frugal with those picks. That's a lot. They can move up and give us a first still. You get what I'm saying? They can
Imagine
still
this. Just listen to this. They're matching a quarterback with a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? If they pull the trigger and try to come up to 13, if Judy's sitting there,
They get Tua and Judy. Oh,
you're matching in your eyes your potential franchise quarterback with a potential franchise wide receiver,
I hear you.
and you're really not,
Talk your shit, Tony. Talk your shit, Tony.
Oh, it's just, I mean,
You build the pair.
And they
You
played
build the
together.
pair right there. You're building the future of your offense right there.
now another thing is like, look at this. Look, the Denver Broncos is a perfect situation. They have Cortland Sutton on one side. Imagine adding Judy to the other. It's
I got the Broncos drafting a wide receiver regardless. Like,
to be honest, I don't even think Judy's going to be there. I don't. As much as it burns my.
you don't think Judy's going to be at 13?
I honestly don't think he's going to. I hope to God he is. I don't think he's going to be there.
I just think he's going to be there because of other teams' needs. But like you said, it could
I'm
be that
just
one-
saying, realistically, like I'm trying to be that guy that gets in your mind that none of those are there,
Okay.
and you're coming to the point of what you do with the pick.
Oh, if no
And-
one's there, that's a different story. That's, if
I'm
they
just
make
saying,
a run,
I'm just saying in general, like let's just say Ruggs and Judy are off the board. do you use that 13th pick on CeeDee Lamb? Is he the same guy in this offense, right?
I don't think that's the 49ers guy.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So,
I
like,
think there's two first-round wide receivers. Well,
I think there's 3.
I say 3 because I'm talking about at 13, but 3 if you're talking about first round. But it's only, in my opinion, it's the 2 Alabama guys at 13
and Higgins.
or Higgins at 31.
So guess who I got at 31?
No, you said you're saving it. Don't tell us.
No, I'm just saying if I had to pick a wide receiver, guess who I would have at 31? I'm not saying I would draft a wide receiver, but I'm saying it's not. It's Justin Jefferson out of LSU.
All right,
bro. Let me tell you something. If Jefferson's there at 31, he's gonna be gone before that. I'm just. That's my guy, right? But no, I know what you're saying. I understand. But what I'm saying is he's way too talented to be at 31.
I understand that, but the reason why I'm picking Justin Jefferson is because Nick said if we were able to trade the 13th pick and we get like a 14 through 20, whatever, I think Justin Jefferson will still be there. And I think that's another guy
in the 14 through 20 range,
yeah, that you could get at that pick.
That would be my second target. If those 3 are gone, even if the 2 are gone and CeeDee Lamb's sitting there and someone wants CeeDee Lamb, I would make that trade. I would move down and I would target Jefferson. If Jefferson's not there,
just give me any wide receiver from the SEC.
No. I like the kid Mims.
Mims is good. Denzel Mims, and he's fast. Yeah,
I like him. And another guy that I really like, and Crocker did a breakdown of him today, was the kid from South Carolina. I forgot his damn name.
From South Carolina? I can't think of who it is.
You're talking about the corner?
No, receiver.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm out.
Hold on, I'll tell you who it was in a second.
Edwards.
Oh, Brian Edwards. Yep.
But he's not first.
See, I like Higgins better than
I like Higgins better than Edwards too. Or you like Higgins better than Jefferson?
Well, I like Higgins better than Edwards, but I like Edwards as your.
You said better than Edwards or Jefferson? I'm sorry.
Edwards. I like Jefferson as my second target.
That's my second guy too.
Because I think he would match up well with
Debo.
Well, yeah. But that's the thing, like I'm saying. So, like, there is a possibility of somebody trading up in that range and giving you just gave one perfect good example with the Dolphins. If they draft Tua and they want to bring somebody that he's used to, and Judy's still on the board, if he's still there, you can get an ass load back.
Absolutely.
To have them move up.
Absolutely.
And that's when you have to take into consideration, is it worth? Do I take him or do I take what I can get to continue to build my team?
I think you take what you can get to continue to build your team because there are other pieces you can get. There's other receivers you can get. Like, you get what I'm saying? So
right, that's what I'm trying to say. And people were like, that's what I've been trying to say. People were saying you got to automatically, you can't pass up on Judy. But there are scenarios where
I don't think they understand the scenario. I think if the package is that good and you have let's say Judy's your 1A and you got a 1B and maybe a 1C guy. These are all first round wide receivers that you can see yourself picking with the 13th pick. Okay? If that package is that good to where you're getting a first like at 20 or 7 or 19 or whatever the Dolphins pick was, and you're going to get maybe a second round pick, possibly a fourth and a future whatever, because I know Lynch is going to work the trade. That's what he does. We get the most out of it. You got to do it. You got to put, even as much as I love Jerry Jeudy, as much as I want him on this roster, as much as I think he'll be a playmaking difference maker on this team, I think the team comes first more than the player. I think you need to continue to have pieces to build the team. You understand? Does that make sense? Like, you want more pieces to make this team sustain over the next 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something to think about because, like I said, if Judy's there, I mean, personally, if he's there, I think he will, like you just said, he will step in this offense and help this offense, right? But if you get offers, well, what are those offers, and what would you be willing to take with Judy still on the board to give that pick up? I guess that's what I'm trying to ask fans. You know what I mean? Like,
I would shoot the demands as high. I would shoot for the
Super high.
stars.
Yeah, because you want Judy.
You want Judy? Blow me
Hey,
away.
pay me.
That's it.
Pay
Like,
me.
you know, just like what they did with the Chicago Bears. They toyed with them. Oh, we're going to take Trubisky. Well, you want Trubisky? Make me an offer.
yep.
Even though we all know it wasn't Trubisky, it was Solomon Thomas to begin with. But
You
But another thing that we have to take into consideration as far as Lynch has a lot of pressure on his shoulders right now for trading what he traded to get that 13th pick. I understand we couldn't afford him. That's 100%. I agree with the move he made. But you traded a Pro Bowl player, a starter, a team captain for the 13th pick. You better
I think I agree with you, Tony, but I don't
pick or get a damn player that's going to take the focus off of what he gave up for that 13th pick.
I think the pressure is coming from the fan base, though, not from internal, because I think DeForest Buckner was way okay with the trade. That shit's been they've been working on this for. I don't think it's internal pressure. I think it's pressure from
the deal was done at the combine.
They've been talking since the end of the Super Bowl.
The deal was done at the combine. Like they agreed to everything. The contract was signed. Everything was done at that combine because they were in Indianapolis.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's internal wise. I think it's just fans, and fans hold
media.
Fans hold him to a high pressure anyway. You know what I mean? Like, we're all sitting here thinking that, they have to go receiver. It's the same as the same year we picked McGlinchey. I heard somebody say McGlinchey was being mocked to us. McGlinchey wasn't being mocked to us at all. The defensive linemen were being mocked to us, and that's what we all thought we were going to pick. And we took Mike McGlinchey instead. So anything can happen, I just say to fans, broaden your horizons a little bit and look at other people in this draft other than Ruggs, CeeDee Lamb, and Jerry Jeudy for the very first pick. Like, open your horizons a little bit because you never know what could happen. And that's what I try to bring to you guys is a different,
But I don't think they want to. I think people want a wide receiver and they feel like that's what the team need. I feel like we've been trying as a team. We've been looking for a wide receiver, our number one wide receiver, whatever you want to call it, 1, 2, 16 step, whatever, for years, for decades. So I think the fans, that's what they want. You can give them options of horizons to open up to, but it's up to them to accept it or not. Like I never saw the McGlinchey pick coming until those reports came out. But you're right, Nick, 100%. He was never mocked to us. I'm not sure, and I think the reason why defensive players were mocked to us because
we had no edge. Right, so that's what I'm saying. We're all stuck on drafting receiver because we have no receivers. But don't be surprised if the Niners flip a switch on you
and draft a lineman. Right. I mean,
draft something else or trade the pick to where, that's all I'm saying. Don't look. I'm just letting you know now. Is that what I want? I want them to take a receiver, but I'm also preparing myself for them to not take a receiver and do something different because
exactly.
Because it can happen. So that I'm not that let down. Like, are you serious? Like, we literally just didn't draft a receiver. We drafted a linebacker. Like, we don't need a linebacker right there. Not that it'll be a linebacker, but who knows, man?
But back to the McGlinchey thing. That's another whole scenario where they had Trent Brown in place and they were negotiating to move on to Trent Brown, and that's what made them make that pick.
Right.
So those shocking picks, expect something to come out on the back end of it. Like, okay, they had Trent Brown. All of a sudden, oh, shit, they drafted McGlinchey. What are they going to do with Trent Brown? Maybe they move him inside. He was traded.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
So,
us as fans had no clue. You know what I mean? Us as fans had no clue. So that's what I'm trying to say is just open the horizons. I'm saying to the fans in general, open your horizons a little bit and think about it. Like, just don't be so let down. I mean, obviously, hopefully, I hope we take a receiver and it's a playmaker receiver, but I'm not getting my mind set on the Niners drafting receiver right there at 13 when it's deep and they have the 31st pick and there are a ton of receivers that you can get in this draft that will fit Kyle Shanahan's system.
I hear you.
So, but that's all I got, man.
That's
excellent.
I can't wait to start digging into this drafts. I can't wait to be live for the draft.
Yeah.
I already started digging, brother. Get your crates out.
This made it a lot of fun, man. Breezy was on the money tonight with the picks and the calls and positions, not even just the names, but the positions. And that's more important to me than the actual names. You know, trying to figure out what the opponents are going to do so you can set your draft board. So you can put the values in there. And, you know, it's there's one thing about importance to your personal team. It's another thing if you can figure out the positions your opponents are going to take. And people grade things differently. I did not have the Raiders taking Cleveland Farrell where they took him. I didn't even think.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
So you know, it's stuff like that. If you can lock in on that, you happen to get that insider info, or you got that feeling, you are ahead of the curve. You know, Tony was talking about the value that we got for Buckner. People are going to focus.
We just lost sound for you. Nope, you gotta get your microphone fixed. Is it the cord? Check the cord. Nothing. I want to hear what you got to finish saying, so back out and come back. You guys can still hear me, right? Good. Yeah, that's what he was saying. Like, nobody was. You don't expect, you know, players that get taken. Yeah, I was just gonna say. It said need to connect their mic. You don't know where these players are going to get taken, and that's the whole thing about the draft. Nobody knows. You know what I mean? Even opposing teams, they're not like, oh shit, he took him there. Like, didn't expect that. Changes the whole board. Got you, Mike?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. I'm sorry, guys. I have no idea what happened. But my point was, you know, a lot of people are looking at, oh, they got the 13th pick for DeForest Buckner, right? That's the only first-round pick the Colts had to offer, you know? So it's not like the Colts could have gave us a 26th pick for Buckner. They had to give a first-round pick. So when you're negotiating and you're John Lynch and you're talking to them, hey, man, look, we got 3 people willing to offer us a second. Well, now it's like, well, you're either going to give us your first or you're not. That's it. There was no one. You know what I'm saying? So that pick is house money, and it's interesting to see what they do with it. I don't want them to trade back if Ruggs is there, but if they did trade back, that entire pick is house money, and that one pick alone, if they did decide to trade back, could shape the entire future of our franchise. They can turn that 13th overall pick into a later first, a second, and a fourth, and they could trade one of those other picks back that they get with it. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen John Lynch do that in the draft with house money. When I say house money, it's not a pick that
other people's picks.
Right. We've seen John Lynch turn one pick from another team into 5 other picks. Like he does that in his tenure here. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they play it out. I see this comment here from Mark. It says, I understand getting multiple picks in the future. However, our Super Bowl window is now 2 to 3 years. Take a wide receiver for Buckner. I like his logic here. I couldn't stand when I saw people saying, let's get another defensive lineman. If that's the case, just extend Buck. You know what I mean? Like, let's take it over the top, introduce a new dynamic to this team. But we have all month to play this game, and we're going to continue to do that. This was a fun show, man, fellas. We did a damn good job here. I like this episode, man. I had a lot of fun here. I'm going to give it to you guys for final thoughts. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to go back on mute. Hopefully my microphone works when I take it off of mute. Final thoughts, fellas.
I'm good, man. Like I said, you guys may not agree with certain opinions on the show and things like that, but we try to bring you this on the show as in different opinions. And so you can look at the whole spectrum differently. So I have a lot of fun talking about this draft stuff. I can't wait for the draft. Obviously we're all crept up in the house and, cornered in the house and, most of us other than the essential people. But it should be fun, man. Just make sure you have those notifications set.
Yeah, make sure you're also hitting that like button, man, when we go live, man. Make sure you share the broadcast as well, guys. The more shares we get from you, the more people, 49er fans and people across the world can hear us yell at each other and have fun, yo. But this was a great show. I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to bring you the draft picks. Maybe we'll do a trade in the draft where we trade the 13th pick, and Tony can play GM, and we go back to scouting what we're gonna do with the teams that we trade with. If the trade goes through, we got to understand these trades got to go through the simulator to make it happen. But definitely was a great show. Make sure you following each and every one of us on Twitter. Make sure you following us. We will definitely sit there and like to chit chat to you when we have the time. This was truly a great show. Can't wait to do another one. Nothing but Niners. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely a great show. I had fun talking about the draft tonight, some scenarios, situations that the team could be in. I'm looking forward to another show like this where we could set up like a mock draft like we did last year. Yeah, but I'm 45 minutes past what I wanted to go, so I'm exhausted. I got to go to bed. I got to work tomorrow.
All right, man. You knock it out. You be safe out there, guys. It's going to be it for us here at Nothing But Niners. We've all given our final thoughts. We hope to see you guys soon. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for the Facebook users. Make sure you guys sign in and leave access to StreamYard so we can see your names up there. We want to give you guys some love, okay? So it's nothing against you when we don't say your names, but when we pull them up on the screen, we just don't know who you are. So that's going to be it for us here at Nothing But Niners. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful.
We out of here. Peace.
Peace.